This is the brand new Cadillac XT4, and two things make it significant. First and foremost, it's a small Cadillac. Think about it, Cadillacs have always been very large. And number two, it is new from the ground up. New chassis, new engine, and a revised infotainment system, Q, and that's a good thing. So, coming up right now, I'm going to tell you the top 10 things you need to know about the baby Escalade behind me. At number 10, you might be wondering where this fits into the automotive spectrum. Well, think of it as one of those cars that competes in the luxury compact crossover segment, or in other words, the X crossovers. You know, like the RDX, the Lexus NX, the Volvo XC40, the BMW X3, and of course, the Cadillac XT4. At number 9, we have one of the all-new features. This is a brand new 2-liter. Now, of course, GM's had a 2-liter, but this is new from the ground up. It puts out 237 horsepower, 258 pound-foot of torque. It is matched to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it can power either the front wheels or all 4 wheels. You guys have a 2-liter, so why design a brand new one?
Yeah, you know, looking forward to meet fuel economy requirements, to meet just overall engine efficiency requirements. We needed to develop a new 2-liter turbo, and it's really a high volume, it'll be a high volume engine in the corporation, but we're the first user of that engine.
So you've got cylinder deactivation.
We do.
You've got a twin scroll turbo.
We do.
You've got the use of kind of new and interesting technologies, including the camshaft, right? Which
sliding camshaft, yeah. My favorite part of the vehicle is really just the attention to detail. There's 100 little things from the front to the rear. So the size of the grille opening that allowed us to get 3,500 pound trailer towing. The mirrors mounted to the door, which really helped with forward visibility. The rear camera mirror, which we put up in the spoiler so that when you switch back and forth between normal rear view mirror and camera mirror, it's at exactly the same height. Just extreme attention to detail that we think the customer will really appreciate.
And number 8 is the tech that's hidden under this turbo cover that makes this engine so interesting. First and foremost, it's a twin scroll turbo, giving you peak torque at a mere 1,500 RPM. And Cadillac says it's about, give or take, 12% more efficient than the old 2-liter turbo. It also has cylinder deactivation, which means it can run on only 2 cylinders for when you're trying to be fuel efficient and trying to get that magic 30 mpg on the highway. At number 7 has to be the fact that this is a very small Cadillac. It's 181 inches long with a 109-inch wheelbase, which for Cadillac, especially if you think of the cars from the previous generations, is tiny. But if you take a look at it, it looks much wider and in some ways longer than it really is. It is sort of kind of a baby Escalade. In the back here, you've got 22.5 cubic feet of space, and if you fold the seats down, it opens up to 48.9 cubic feet, and that is a lot of space. And check this out. All right, it's not a full-size spare, but at least there is a spare with some small cubbies that give you even more space. At number 6, we have the fact that this is a brand new platform, a brand new chassis. It does share some components with the Malibu, sort of the front suspension and the rear suspension out of its bigger brother, the XT5. But it really is pretty much all new from the ground up. And get this, it is built in Kansas. I really like the design of this car, and that's my number 5. If you look at it, you'll find bits and pieces of other Cadillacs. First and foremost, of course, the headlights look like they're right out of an Escalade.
The elements are kind of oversized and bold. It's a really tall vertical graphic, you know, and the grille is very bold and it's very upright. And it gives the car this presence to it.
And then where did this come from?
Well,
Scalloped hood.
I was working on the V series at the time. We were working on this car, you know, and just wanted to get a little bit of that sportiness into it. So it's a little bit chiseled, and so that came from the Cadillac V series.
And there's a lot going on the side of the car, very sculpted. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, I think again with a small car, we wanted to have a lot of sculpture and an expressiveness to it. There's a lot of offset from the cabin to the wheel. We call that body side drama, and it just allows you to have just a lot of juicy reflections. The wheels are very the flares pull out to the wheels, and it just gives that car the stance that you want.
And of course, let me show you this part, perhaps my favorite. If you look at this tailgate, it's very reminiscent of my favorite Cadillac ever, and that is of course the CTS-V wagon.
We really worked on making it feel, it's got a short rear overhang, and that gives the kind of the proportion like it's, lunging forward. And the lines on the back, that carry forward, and then this line carries forward, just push everything and make it feel really compact. It feels wide. You get a sense of this, this wide body with this fender extension.
Like a hunch.
Like a hunch, yes, exactly.
All in all, the car just is very purposeful and looks wider than longer, and I always think that's a good thing when designers are able to make a car look big, bold, and, well, I think in this case, manly. At number 4 has to be the fact that Cadillac has upgraded Q, or Cadillac User Experience, which is basically this infotainment screen.
The home screen, I would say, is this.
Yep.
This is similar to what you might see on your smartphone or another smart device. This interacts the way you might think. We tried to keep it very easy for our user to use, so that everything acts as you'd expect. As with other, you can click and hold and switch places with applications. You can, if it's one of the downloaded apps, you can hold and drag it up there to delete it if you wanted to do that, for example.
So it's very similar to a smartphone.
Yep, that's the idea.
All right, and then the coolest new feature is with your phone and how you pair it. Can you show me that?
Yeah, so you don't have to be home screen, but essentially now we have NFC in the vehicle.
Right, so what's NFC?
Near field communication.
Okay.
It's the way devices can communicate to each other when they get within a very close range. So as long as your phone's unlocked and my NFC is turned on.
Wow, that's so cool. Now it's pairing. Just like that.
Just like that. Yep.
That is way cool. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and it only works with Android right now, though, right? Not Apple.
Right. Yeah.
Not iOS
so
yet.
yeah, the capabilities here. So hopefully more and more phones are capable in the future.
You talked about voice control, and I got to tell you, I have yet to find one that actually works. So want to try one?
Sure.
Let's try it. Let's see if we can get this to turn the temperature from 70 to 68. Something very straightforward.
Okay, let's see if we can do that.
Let me just try it without knowing anything about it. Hit the button. I'm going to go for it.
What would you like?
Temperature colder.
What would you like?
Set the temperature colder.
I didn't hear you say anything. What would you like?
Set the cabin temperature to 68 degrees.
Okay, tuning to 60 Sirius XM.
Okay. I don't know that we support the climate domain through voice yet.
Yeah.
You saw when that came up that it was prompting us to do something in those domains.
Right.
So
you're saying it maybe if it was audio. All right, let's try something else. All right.
What would you like?
Tune radio to 97.3.
Okay, tuning to 97.3 FM.
Wahoo! All right. Yeah, there we go.
So it's better.
It's better. It's better. It's not quite, hey Alexa.
Yeah.
But it's getting there. And does it come with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay?
It does. So those are standard.
Now, one of the things about the old Q system was it was haptic feedback. Do you still have that?
No, we don't have haptic feedback on this one.
Wonderful, because it never worked. It was always very frustrating.
So we heard you loud and clear, I guess.
And I have to say, it's gone from being one of my least favorites to one of the ones that feels the most intuitive to use. At number 3 is the fact that Cadillac says that this car has some of the best-in-class rear legroom for a compact luxury crossover. Yeah, that's a mouthful. Well, let's find out. I'm the right guy. I'm 6'2". It's not bad. Keep in mind, this seat is way back, I actually have pretty good headroom. This massive sunroof doesn't cut into my headroom too much. Is it perfect? No, but it's someplace I could see being if I were going out to lunch with some work colleagues. Would I want to be back here for an entire family vacation? Probably not. But, you know, for a small car, it's not bad. At number 2 is the fact that this is one of the least expensive Cadillacs you can buy. It starts at just under $36,000. Of course, if you want all-wheel drive, that's $2,500 more, and then you can choose from a sporty version or a premium. This is the premium version with the 20-inch wheels and all the bells and whistles, and it comes in at a grand total of $55,085. So starts at about 36, goes up to about 55, and is available at your local Cadillac dealership any day now. And number 1 has got to be this car's biggest party trick. Like I just said, you can buy it either in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. But if you live someplace warm where it doesn't snow, or you live someplace where it does snow but only half the year, there's a really cool thing that you can do, and that is actually deactivate the 4-wheel drive and make it 2-wheel drive. Let me show you. One of the more unique features of this vehicle is that you can actually change drive modes, but that's not all that unique. Go from tour to all-wheel drive to sport, but what is cool is in touring mode, or in tour mode, it actually disconnects the all-wheel drive system, making it a 2-wheel drive or front-wheel drive vehicle. So let's recap. We have a brand new engine, a brand new platform, some pretty cool all-wheel drive tech, some new infotainment, and a vehicle that looks good. You know what? Those seem like a recipe for a Cadillac that's going to sell. Plus, you add to the fact that it's a crossover, it's definitely going to sell. Hey guys, as you can tell, I'm here in Seattle, and of course Cadillac flew me out here to test drive the car. You guys are a lucky bunch that live here, because what a beautiful place. As always, this is Roman reporting for the Fast Lane Car. Check out tflcar.com for more news, views, and of course, Bainbridge Cadillac XT4 fairy reviews. See you guys next time. Ciao. At number 4, has to be this annoying beep.